In recent years, New Zealand wines have taken the world by storm, and wine is now one of our biggest export earners. New Zealand sells a lot of wine, and the reason it's so popular is because it's good wine, often the best in the world. You can only make the best wine if you've got the best grapes to make it with, and that's where you come in. The quality of next year's grapes depends a great deal on how good the vines are and how well they have been pruned, stripped and wrapped, all ready for the next crop. So what you do in the vineyard makes a great difference to the quality of the finished wine. Prune a vine wrong and it could take years to come right. The pruner is just as important as the grower, the viticulturalist, the winemaker and everyone else. Just like cricket or baseball or any other sport, it takes a good team to get a good result. And the pruner is the first one up to bat. So we're going to take a look at what makes a good pruner and how you, as well as your pruning gear, can stay sharp. The first thing you need are the tools for the job. The pruning shears or secateurs, sometimes these may be electric secateurs. The loppers for the bigger canes, and a good supply of twisty ties to hold the trimmed canes. You'll need a stone and oil to keep your tools sharp, clean and lubricated. And you need your safety glasses and gloves, along with plenty of water or other refreshment, especially on hot days. Finally, don't forget your hat and plenty of sunblock to protect your face and skin from the sun, even on cloudy days. So, we're nicely set up and ready to go. A pruner's day starts early, so a good breakfast will warm you up and get you started. Make it nutritious and healthy to keep your energy level up through the morning. We want to keep you healthy and safe through every pruning day, and good nutrition is an important part of that. If you're hungry and tired, you're much more likely to make mistakes, have an accident or hurt yourself. So safety starts with a good breakfast. Then prepare the food and drink you will need through the day. Well-filled sandwiches and a variety of fruit will supply the carbohydrate and energy needed for a whole day in the vineyard. Nuts, raisins and energy bars to snack on are also good things to pack for the day ahead. Next, your water. It's easy to get dehydrated outdoors, especially once the day warms up. So a good supply of fresh water is essential. And there's nothing like a hot drink to refresh and revitalise when you take a break. So fill a thermos flask and pack some tea or coffee. Hot soup is also a good idea. Pack everything away in a well-insulated carry bag and you're ready to head out. A pruner's day often starts very frosty and cold, so you need warm layers of clothing. But it may also turn out very hot, so put those clothes on in layers that can come off or on as the temperature changes. Vineyards are often wet or muddy, so waterproof footwear is essential. And during the winter months there is always a chance of rain, so a proper waterproof jacket, leggings and scarf should be taken along to keep you dry and protected from wind chill. And there you are, properly clothed from top to bottom and ready for another day of precision pruning.
Now that we're ready to go pruning, we've got to think about the tools and equipment we're going to use. First things we want, secateurs. These are used for trimming up tendrils, cutting off all the smaller pieces along a cane, including the tendrils, and topping the cane at the top. Secateurs come in a range of sizes, so please choose the ones that fit your hand the best. Loppers. The tool you'll use most when pruning, for cuts along the cordon and bigger cuts around the head. And a saw. Anything too big for our loppers? Very good tool. These are the three tools you'll use most when you're pruning. Also in the arsenal we need our safety glasses, our stripping gloves, our pouch if we're doing tying, holding all of the ties that we use. Other things we have to think about when we're out in the sun all day: hats and sunscreen. Very important when the sun really does come up. In New Zealand we have very harsh sun, very important. One of the keys to injury prevention is having sharp, well-maintained gear. Demonstrating on secateurs is a good sharpening tool, keeping that blade sharp. The outside of it, always on the angle. On the reverse side on the back, is always flat. You're cutting against a flat edge, no burrs. The end of your sharpening tool, your sharpener, to clear any sap from the back of the blade that might build up. One of the other keys to well-maintained gear is keeping it well lubricated. Spraying grease in to keep everything moving freely. All the pieces are interchangeable. If anything breaks, blade gets too blunt or damaged, they can be replaced. Having good springs in there that haven't broken, all can be replaced. What we have to be careful for is making sure everything is tight but not over tight. If things aren't cutting well with your loppers, maybe it's not the blade that's the problem, it's maybe the nut that needs slightly tightening. Make sure it's always in good condition and you'll prevent a lot of injuries.
Pruning is a physical job, so just like an athlete, it's absolutely vital that you warm up properly. Start with a series of arm swings and stretches. These exercises get a good blood flow going to the muscles and will warm you up on a frosty morning. Then prepare the pruner's most important tools, your hands and arms. The tendons that connect your hand muscles are a bit like chewing gum, nice and stretchy when warm, but hard and more easily broken when cold. So go through a series of hand exercises. Stretch the fingers upwards as far as you can and hold them there for 10 seconds. Then stretch them downwards, as close to right angle as you can, and hold for 10 seconds again. Repeat this 3 or 4 times and your hands will be warmed, stretched and ready for action. Remember, a day of pruning is more like a marathon than a sprint. So pace yourself, work safely and steadily, and take a short break every hour to relax the muscles and take on board extra fuel and water. And if you do make a mistake, injure yourself, or start to feel pain or discomfort in any way, then stop and see your supervisor. The New Zealand wine industry is a great business, and pruning is where it all starts. That's why we want you to become a fast, skilled precision pruner and a safe, injury-free one. Happy pruning!